Hey YouTube, it's your boy Big G back with another review. And recently I watched the movie called Saand ki Aankh, which translated to English means bullseye. Now, this movie was based on a true story about two grandmothers who went to the Olympics to take part in target shooting. And, well, they won. Well, in certain Olympics, not like the Olympics, but in certain, let's say, smaller many smaller competitions, and in certain Olympics. I don't think they were the Olympics, but I forgot which games they were because there are just so many different ones happening. But they were quite famous, and they themselves didn't really go to the Olympics, but they did send their daughters, I believe it was their daughters, to the Olympics, daughters or granddaughters to the Olympics, for which then their daughters won medals. Um, movie's really good. It displays Indian culture, Indian heritage, and how women used to be treated, how men in India thought of women back in the day, cultural differences, perspective differences, and how women overcome them, how they push very hard for their children, and then they become these famous women who are known by their name and not by their husband's name. It's just a very inspiring, very touching, very true to its nature story, and I recommend that you guys watch it. I'm sure you guys will like it. If you guys like drama, sorry, if you like true event stories, if you like um, inspirational stories, fight for your kids, fight for what you believe in, things, then you'll love this story. Now let's talk about spoilers. Sorry, sore throat. Goddamn flu. Anyways, talking about spoilers, I really liked both of the grandmothers. The actresses playing the roles did a really good job. All the grandfathers in their respective roles did a really good job. The grandfathers did a really good job in showing that, hey, we're the man. We will always have the guns. We will always be the people sitting on the nice easy chairs while the women's do all the work. And then the women's portrayed it very well that, what, you have desires, you have wants, you have needs. They will fulfill the needs, but your wants and your desires and your ambitions will be crushed, and you have to live the way they tell you to live. And that was the truth of that time, and they just have to accept it or they shoot you. And eventually they overcome that when a doctor decides to become a trainer for Olympics and do something for his country. Now, the doctor played a very interesting role, and I liked that, and it was very true, and it was actually very sad too when he lost everything and then he gained everything back. So when all the grandfathers found out that their grandmothers are when their wives are doing all this, and they're like, we can't have that. Women can't have guns. They can't be using guns, and they burned everything down, all the training stuff down, and that really crushed the doctor. But eventually, he got money, he got sponsorship, and he made a even better place to shoot around and stuff. The funniest moment was when the eldest wife of the eldest grandfather, let's say, finally spoke up, finally showed her face instead of, cowering behind and hiding and just being quiet throughout the whole movie. She finally spoke up and manned up, let's say, and changed all the grandfathers for the better. And even the grandfathers are happy at the end when their granddaughter, let's say, I think it was, or their daughter, finally won. I think it was a silver medal for shooting in the Olympics and made a name for everyone. But the most proud feeling, of course, came from the grandmothers. Now, the sacrifice was shown, the acting was very good. The sacrifice in the sense of waking up early, hiding around, not letting their husbands find out what they're up to. and yet still going to competitions, going to practices, winning stuff every single time they go out. That was very good. And also being disappointed sometimes when the young girls were doing the shooting for the first time, they lost. They didn't win, but then they overcame. They practice and practice and practice, and they overcame, and then they eventually go to the Olympics, and it was just very good. It was like a journey of, how do you win an Olympic medal? How do you be determined? How do you keep focus in a situation where you're not allowed to even step outside the house? You know, um, it was just very good to see. A few issues, well, mentality that didn't come, the change of mentality that didn't come, the fact that the women actually didn't shoot the guys as soon as they got pissed, or get angry, or the women didn't get angry earlier, but the story based on true events that didn't happen in real life, so it didn't happen in the movie. So I think it's a solid 9 out of 10. It's a really good movie. I think in Bollywood recently, when there were awards, I think the movie won an award as well. And I think it's based on a true story. The director is new, I know, but I think the director did a really good job. The actors did a really good job. The story is very well. Solid 9 out of 10, guys. If you see the movie, guys, let me know what you think about it, guys. Please comment below, let me know. Please do like and subscribe the video. And I'm going to catch you next time, guys. Thank you.